Happy video day, guys. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a drugstore starter kit for you guys. And this video is actually going to be a collab. And I'm going to be collaborating with two YouTubers on this video. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about all of my go-to drugstore products that I think that if you're going to be like starting out in drugstore makeup, let's say that you are new to makeup or you're deciding that you want to start venturing into the drugstore makeup, I'm going to show you guys my basically go-to. I think that these are the things that I would personally recommend to you guys to start out with. And you guys know mostly on the channel I use a lot of high-end makeup, but the drugstore makeup that I have is, in my opinion, the best of the best. Like, I really feel like these products are the best. So I will definitely be recommending to you guys products that I think compete with high-end makeup. That's why I go out of my way to purchase these from the drugstore, because they are just so phenomenal. And in this video, I'm also going to be collaborating with two YouTubers here. The first one is Ashley Lamora. So Ashley actually contacted me because she wanted to do this collab with me. She actually won one of my giveaways not that long ago, and after that we have stayed in communication via DM. So that's what we're going to be doing together. And if you guys want to check out her channel, go ahead, give her some support. She's pretty new to YouTube, so she's basically starting out. The other person that's going to be collabing in this video is Journey in Beauty, and her name is Kyra. I figured that this would be perfect for all three of us to come together and be able to do a one video together talking about our favorite drugstore products and basically our starter kits. So don't forget to jump over to Kyra's channel as well. I will link both of their channels down below and give them some support. Both of them are basically starting out. They're pretty new to YouTube, so go ahead and check them out after you watch my video. But yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go over all of these products, and I have them all laying out right here. I do not know if I'm going to go over like every single step of makeup, but I'm definitely going to be showing you guys like the products that I would jump for if I was starting out with drugstore makeup. So if you guys are new to the channel, I'm Christina, Brooke, and we talk about makeup and we also talk about fashion on this channel. So if you guys like any of those things, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the drugstore makeup right now. I'm going to start off with something that I probably would sound like a broken record with, because it's probably one of the only drugstore foundations that I really consistently use. There are some other ones that I use, but consistently, and one that I really feel like just looks amazing, and it really is, I personally believe, one of the best options from the drugstore when it comes to medium coverage and also looking flawless is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I wear it in the color, because I know you guys sometimes want to know. My color is 430, and I literally love the color. I love the match. I love the feel. I like that it's lightweight, but it also gives you a really nice medium coverage. I mean, I figure that for some people this would be a full coverage, but for me it's a nice medium coverage. I do like to set this with a powder. That's just the way I prefer to wear it recently, especially during the summer months that my skin starts to get a little bit more oily. But I really honestly love this foundation, and it would be like, if I were starting out and I would have known that this was that good, this would be the only drugstore foundation that I would pick up in the beginning. So this one's really, really good. Now, to pair with it, what I would recommend is this one right here from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Full Wear. So these two actually pair really good together, and this really gives you that really strong full coverage. So if you really have dark circles or you have stuff that you really want to cover, go for this. This is really, really good. It doesn't really crease. It looks really nice under my eyes. I don't know, I really like it. I wear it in 360 cashmere, and it really works awesome. Maybe if you want to just not wear the foundation, you just want to put like some concealer on because you kind of want to just do like a very natural beachy look, I love the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. So this concealer is the concealer I'm wearing today. It's just a really light concealer. If you're wearing a CC cream, or if you're wearing something that's like not that much makeup and you don't want to go for like a real full coverage concealer, I would go this route. So I would definitely recommend having like two different types of concealers, because you don't want to wear a light coverage foundation with a very heavy concealer, because then it kind of like takes away with what you're trying to do, which is not look like you're wearing that much makeup. So I would always say have two. I would have liked to have had a CC cream in here for you guys, but I haven't found one yet that I would truly say this is the drugstore CC cream. But you guys know I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to find like the best of the best when it comes to CC creams and tinted moisturizers. So eventually there will be one, but right now there isn't. So this is the only foundation I can definitely recommend to you guys. So now when it comes to a brow pencil, I actually do not have this brow pencil anymore because I haven't repurchased it because I'm obsessed with my Anastasia one. But if I was purchasing from the drugstore, the one that I would recommend is the one from NYX. It is the closest dupe that you can get at the drugstore that I have found so far. There's like a little fly flying around me that I have found so far that is so good. It is like literally almost similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I still prefer the Brow Wiz more than this product, but if you're gonna stick to the drugstore, this is definitely where I would go. It does a really, really good job and it looks really, really nice. The only problem I have is the colors for me. I was never able to find one that's like identical to the color that I wear in the Anastasia one, but it really, really is good. So for primer, I only have two. One of them I'm out of. I don't have it anymore, but it's amazing. It's actually from Pixi, and it's the Poreless primer. It's probably my go-to if it comes to drugstore. This you could purchase this at Target. They're pretty decently priced. This is more of like a thicker primer, so it goes into pores. It covers your pores. It looks really, really nice. I was using this one non-stop. I actually finished the entire tube. Haven't repurchased it, not because I don't like it, but because I have a lot of other things I need to get through, but it definitely is amazing. The other one is this one from NYX. So if you don't want that pore filling primer, but you want something that's more like a moisturizer primer that you put like all over your face, this one actually is really good too. I used to use this non-stop before I started using some of my other primers, but this one is also really good. So I would just say, like, depending on what your issues are, if you want to cover pores, I would go with the Poreless primer from Pixi. If you want something that just kind of smooths over the face and makes the application of the makeup a little bit easier, I would go with this one. Or you can go with both. When it comes to bronzer, honestly, like, there's some decent bronzers in the drugstore. I've tried pretty good ones, but I don't know. I just can't. The butter bronzer from Physicians Formula just has the best color. It does smell like a coconut, so you are going to smell like you went to the beach just for a little bit. It doesn't last forever, but it does have that coconutty smell. But it gives you a really nice bronze. And, you know, bronzer is kind of tricky because you can get bronzers that could go a little bit too orange, or they just kind of look a little muddy. They did a really good job. I have it in the original color. I think it's called Bronzer. It's the best one. My daughter dropped it and it's like all smushed, but I will not dump this. I'm going to keep on using. I know some people have told me I can repress it, but I just kind of put a brush in here and just use it, and it has worked pretty good. So I love that bronzer, and I would figure that from all the bronzers that I have tried, if you're similar to my skin tone, I have a light medium skin tone with a golden undertone. This one looks just so good. It just really gives me that real bronzed kind of tan look. So that would be my go-to. So when it comes to blush, there is two brands that I have found to have the best blushes, and I would definitely say you would need a good blush inside of your starter kit because you need a bronzer to give you that color, but it just adds a little something. Like today, you see I have a darker bronzer and I have a little bit of like a pinky color on the apples of my cheeks, kind of breaks up the color and makes it look a little bit more sun-kissed because you just don't tan, you also get a little bit of redness. So I do like to incorporate blush. So if I were having a starter kit, I would definitely need some type of blushes that were great. Flower Beauty has this amazing color called Warm Hibiscus. Warm Hibiscus was such a go-to for me. I used Warm Hibiscus so often. Like it literally was like my go-to color. I love the color. It's a little bit of a peachier tone. It's not too in your face, which is what I like about it because it's not so much blush, but it gives you that nice little hint that you want. So another brand that has honestly the best blushes when it comes to drugstore, Milani, you really can't go wrong. So I mean, I would tell you my color that I love is this one right here. It's called Berry Amour and it's amazing. It gives you more of like that kind of pinky tone, kind of like what you're seeing here. It's a little bit of a berry pink. It's not as bright as this one, but it just does such a beautiful job. So blush is also going to be something that's going to be selective to your skin tone and what kind of color you like to put on. So I would just say make sure that you have a nice blush that accents your cheeks. Have one that's a little bit lighter, a little bit more natural looking, and one that gives you a little bit more pop so that you can do two different looks and have two different blushes. Instead of buying every single blush the same color, try to get different variations of blush so that you can do different kinds of looks. So that would be a huge recommendation if you're going for like a starter kit. I would go berry and I would go a little bit like peach or something that matches your skin tone a little bit better. Okay, so when it comes to eyeshadows, you see, eyeshadow is one of those that is hard for me to really recommend a drugstore brand. Milani actually has a very good eyeshadow palette called the Gilded Gold. I really like that palette, but I haven't tried enough eyeshadow palettes from Milani to just tell you that every single one is like knock it out of the park good. Elf, I would recommend as well, but the problem with Elf is sometimes Elf can irritate my lids, so that's the reason that I'm not putting Elf here. But if you don't have very sensitive eyes, I would say Elf has a lot of different eyeshadows that you can pick from. But if you just want to have like a palette with different colors, like you just want to have like a neutral palette, you just want any type of palette, and you just want to go to that brand that'll give it to you and have a good price, ColourPop is where it's at. Now, ColourPop is not technically from the drugstore, but you can buy them at Ulta and it's very drugstore price, or you can buy it from their website. So I'm gonna include it just because the drugstore has not given me like that eyeshadow that I'm like, yes, ColourPop is amazing. So for the price point, it's worth it to just get a ColourPop palette. And I would recommend a very neutral palette, and I would also recommend one that has colors that you enjoy to use. Like for example, for me, sometimes more berry tones look really good with my skin tone, so I do like to have more berry palettes, and I also like to have a little bit of green. There's certain colors that I know I love, and then I also have to have a neutral tone palette. It has browns, it has the light brown, it also has like the shimmery champagnes and the blacks, because those are colors that you're going to grab a lot, and a lot of times people use that as their primary palette forever. Like they don't even want to play with colors. So you need to have some type of neutral palette that's just like something that you can mix with everything, and then just find those palettes that are just like accent palettes that have like those cool colors that you want to incorporate to your neutral palette. So I would recommend a lipstick, a liquid lip, and maybe something that's a little bit more balmish. These are very different in application. They look very different, and they do different styles with different kinds of makeup. So if you want to do like a beach look, you don't want to look like you're wearing that much makeup, maybe you're wearing a CC cream, which I wish I had one to show you guys, then I would say go for this. These are really good. These are the L'Oreal Color Rich Shine Lip Balm lipsticks. They are kind of like the Marc Jacobs Shine lipsticks that came out. They're very balm-like. They look like if you put on like a gloss, but they're very easy to apply. They don't last forever, but they're not supposed to, but they give you a really nice shine. The colors that I have are Burnished Blush, and I'll list the other one down below. It's kind of like a peachy color, but it's gorgeous, like a coral. It's amazing for the summertime. So these are the colors that I usually grab. Even like the look I'm wearing today, that it's just a CC cream, I would just put something like this on, and I'm going to be going around the day. I don't want to have like a liquid lip or anything else. That's where I would go. But then there's also going to be the times that you want your lipstick to really last throughout the entire night. So if you want lipstick to last the entire night, then you have to go for something like a liquid lip. So I would recommend Pixi's liquid lips. Even if I match them up against my high-end liquid lips, I love the Pixi ones. Pixi has a lot of different colors. I would definitely say get something that's a little bit lighter, something that would go a little bit more neutral, get something a little bit darker, and then get something really fun. Maybe do 3 different liquid lips, and they can match with different tones that you already put into your collection. So you kind of have to like match, like what kind of eyeshadows did you get, what kind of lip colors would match with those eyeshadows. If you get something like a nudie rose, then that would go a lot with a lot of neutrals. You can match that with a lot of stuff. It also will go really good with like berry colors. If you get something like this that's like a peachy color, then you're kind of like throwing a color in there that's a little bit different, but you could still match this with a lot of more pink colors. You can match this with browns, and there's a lot of tones that go with like more peach colors. But this is the liquid lip that I'm wearing on my lips today. It's called All Naturelle. It was one of my like go-to liquid lips. It's just so beautiful. I love this peach tone. But Pixi has so many different options, so I would definitely stick within that line. I just think that they're great. And then when it comes to actual lipsticks, I actually like the ones from e.l.f. e.l.f. has these really nice lipsticks. This color right here is actually called Blushing Brown. It's a really cool brown lipstick. And if you don't want to get e.l.f. because e.l.f. is a little bit harder to find, L'Oreal also has a lot of really good lipsticks. So I would definitely say stick to L'Oreal or go to e.l.f. and just pick the different colors that you really, really enjoy. Okay, so when it comes to highlight, now I would tell you guys, like, there used to be a time that I think highlight was like the thing. You needed to have a highlighter in your starter kit. Highlight was like where it's at. I literally have not worn highlight in such a long time because I don't know, it's just kind of has like disappeared in the fad. Like nobody's like really wearing highlighter as much anymore, but I definitely think it's something that you should incorporate in your starter kit because there's sometimes like even if you're going out at night you want to have that. I would recommend the Pixi ones because they are the best. This one right here is Subtle Sunrise. It is the best, the most delicious highlighter ever, and I think that this is like close to like a Becca highlighter. Like, they really are that good. And if you want something like super in your face, I would say the Maybelline Master Chrome, and my favorite is actually the one that's like a rose gold. It's called Molten Rose Gold. It's gorgeous. It literally looks amazing. Either one of these is just a really good buy, and it's good to have, and it matches a lot of different things. I would definitely even say, like, don't even go for like the goldish looking colors. Go for one that looks a little bit more like your skin tone, so you can kind of like get used to, you know, the highlight look, and then, you know, then just venture out, then just get some more fun colors. So if you put on your whole face of makeup and you want to make it last for a really long time, or you're going out or anything like that, there's also setting sprays that are really, really, really popular. The best one from the drugstore that I would recommend would be the one that's from Pixi, and it's the Glow Mist. This is the most beautiful one. So if you have your entire face of makeup on, and let's say you have dry skin or combo skin and you want to get a little bit more of like that glowy look, this is where it's at. It just does the most beautiful natural glow to your skin, and it just looks amazing. Now, oily skin, since I don't have oily skin, I can't really tell you if this would make you look too oily. You guys will have to tell me that down below, but I definitely think combination skin that leans a little bit oily, this does it amazing. Then when it comes to eyeliner, there's a lot of Pixi in here because I really love Pixi. So this is the eyeliner that I would definitely recommend because it's just so good. So this is the Pixi Endless Silky Eye Pen. I like this because I like to smoke out my lower lash line, and I just feel like a very easy silky eye pencil is really easy to use. If you want something to line, like you want to actually line the top of your lashes and you want to go with a pencil, which I think would probably be the easier for somebody who's starting, I would go with Milani. Milani has really good eyeliners. These are the Stay Put eyeliners, and these work really, really good. They're harder to apply because they're a little bit more stiff, but they don't smear. These right here are amazing if you want to smear it, you know, like if you want to kind of like blow out the lower lash line, then I would go this route. So there's two different types of eyeliners. They're not all supposed to be made the same, but these two are really, really good. My favorite mascara of all time, and this would be the only mascara that I think I would definitely recommend to anybody, would be the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It really is that good. I know you guys have probably heard about this mascara in the past, and maybe sometimes you'd say, is it really that good? Yes, this is really that good. I used to use this so much even before I started buying like more higher end mascaras. I would always just grab this because it was just so convenient. If you're going to be using mascara every single day, there's going to be times that you don't want to go and grab your Pat McGrath or your Too Faced because you don't want to waste it. And this right here, it gives you those beautiful lashes without the price tag. Go for this. This is going to give you those amazing lashes without you having to pay the huge price tag. So yeah, those are the products that I would definitely say if you're starting out in makeup and you wanted to do a drugstore starter kit and this would be like your go-to, these would be the products that I would recommend. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and list all of these products down below so you guys can see them easy. Ashley and Kyra are both gonna be giving you guys some awesome recommendations as well. So if you guys wanna jump over to their channels and maybe get a different opinion, it's good to see what every single person is going to recommend to you, because who knows, maybe there'll be duplicates here and then you know, that must be really good. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't done so already and you wanna hit that subscribe button, I would love that. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.